beautiful and beloved souls. Welcome back. My name is Gem Stone, Jem, and again, I need to plug the fact that I have published and authored over 30 different types of books available from Amazon. So this video is called Nightmares and Their Meanings. I recently had a viewer ask me about the nightmares I experience, and I thought it was important to share, not only for those curious about the psychic side of dreams, but also for anyone who struggles with difficult dream themes. I want to be really mindful here because some of these dreams touch on personal history, mental health, and trauma. But I believe there's a way to speak about them that is healing, reflective, and safe. When I got clean from drug addiction 4 years ago, my dream life changed dramatically. During my years of meth use, I didn't really process emotions properly, but once I got sober, it was as if my subconscious finally had space to speak and a wave of recurring nightmares began. Dreams of people acting in strange or extreme sexual ways. Now for me, these kind of dreams were never about judgment or orientation. They were about distortion. Addiction can twist how the brain perceives pleasure and intimacy. So, after getting clean, my mind replayed or seemed to replay chaotic versions of that. I look at these dreams now as my subconscious showing me the imbalance and confusion that drug use left behind. Dreams of self-harm or people chasing me. These began even before my addiction. At the time, I didn't yet know I had borderline personality disorder. But years later, I was diagnosed. Looking back, I can see that my dreams were expressing the emotional pain I didn't have words for. When someone is hurting inside, the subconscious often mirrors it in frightening, violent imagery. Dreams of losing control, being flung or flown by dark forces. These are some of the most unsettling ones. Psychologically, they may represent feeling powerless. Times in life when I felt I had no control over what was happening to me. Spiritually, they can also be seen as moments of psychic attack or interference from lower energies. Both explanations can sit side by side. Sometimes it's trauma memory, sometimes it's energy I've picked up, and sometimes it's both. sharks, tsunamis, and end of the world dreams. Water dreams are so powerful. Sharks and tsunamis are often about fear of being overwhelmed, swallowed by something too big to handle. For me, the movie Jaws left its mark too. These dreams show the raw anxiety we carry. A tsunami is like an emotional flood, and a shark can represent hidden danger lurking beneath calm waters. Dirty toilets, or not being able to go. These sound almost funny at first, but they're actually very symbolic. Toilets are about release, letting go of what no longer serves us. A dirty or unstable toilet often points to feeling blocked, stuck, or unable to cleanse emotionally or spiritually. Snakes. Snakes can have two meanings for me. They can feel threatening, but they also symbolize transformation, healing, and renewal, like the shedding of skin. Depending on the dream, I try to see whether they're showing fear or whether they're pointing to change and growth. Protecting a baby. This is a recurring theme in my dreams. Often there's a baby I need to shield or keep safe. To me, the baby represents my inner self, the most vulnerable, innocent part of me that needs protection. It may also symbolize new beginnings or a part of me I'm trying to nurture after all the chaos of the past. A dream of being in jail. I've had struggles with the law, and sometimes dreams distort those experiences. Jail dreams often aren't literal. They're about restriction, feeling trapped, or guilt that still lingers in the subconscious. Even when I've moved forward, dreams sometimes drag me back through distorted versions of the past, including my childhood, and I was abused as a child. So, what do I make of all of this? I see nightmares as messengers. Sometimes they come from trauma, sometimes from the subconscious mind, and sometimes, yes, from spiritual forces. They're not always meant to predict, but to reflect. They show us where the wounds still live and where the healing still needs to happen. I believe sharing about nightmares is important because it helps others compare and realize they're not alone. If you have had a strange or disturbing dream, you're not broken. Your soul and your psyche are simply processing in the only language they can, symbols. And remember, dreams, even the darkest one, can be tools for transformation. So I just want to go back, but I have to be very mindful of YouTube policies. I want to let you know that sexually, I don't have any orientation, but meth can pervert you and twist you. And I was a meth addict for 17 years. So now that I've been clean 4 years, I'll have a recurring dream, and it's of men doing, I don't want to say, you fill in the gaps, okay? Or I'll have dreams, I have a baby and I have to protect the baby from these sort of people. And that could represent the trauma that's been in my life. I have been abused that way by my father as a teenager, by gangs. I have been gang art, and I have been also abused throughout my womanhood. So dreams can take things that happen to you and they can distort. So sometimes you can wake up from a dream that's supposed to be a memory, and you can get really confused and say, that didn't happen like that. And it does make you confused and think, did it happen like that? But remember, your brain is trying to process what you have been through. And sometimes the only way it can process, heal, and change is by doing distorted symbols. But it doesn't mean you're flawed or broken. And to that person who asked, thank you. It made me do another video, but I had to be very careful in what I said, because I do not have any bias or judgment towards anybody. Why my subconscious has these dreams, I don't know. I'm a psychic medium, I don't know. But I've also, when I've dreamt of the end of the world, after a war, I'll go through city after city and I'll be the only one alive, and all the shelters will be burned out like and I've had dreams of nuclear. I guess it's what sometimes also what you may see. I am a horror fan. I do watch a lot of horror. So maybe that too is in there. Thanks for watching. Please be kind to each other and to yourselves. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.